This is Soyuz TMA-19M. It's the spacecraft that took me, Tim Kopra and Yuri Malenchika to the International Space Station back in December 2015. I'm clearly very fond of this spacecraft. It took me to space and brought me back safely again. There's not much of it remains, actually. There's another 2 parts to this that have burnt up in Earth's atmosphere. The spacecraft separates just prior to re-entry. But what you can see is just how punishing re-entry is. It's amazing to look at the scorch marks where the temperature outside's got to 1700 degrees Celsius. This incredible parachute system opens. It slows us down. The whole spacecraft has to slow down from 25 times the speed of sound. So Earth's atmosphere does most of that, but we're still traveling at 1 times the speed of sound when the first braking chutes deploy. And an amazing 1.3 million people have come to visit this capsule whilst it's been going on its tour. So I've been overwhelmed by the fact that so many people are interested and inspired by what we're currently doing in space, and also where we're going in the future. The next few years are going to be incredibly exciting too. But we're now starting to look again to the next step, back to going to the moon with our international partners, with the aim now to return humans to the surface of the moon by 2024, onto the surface of the moon, building a gateway, a small space station around in lunar orbit, as stepping stones for the technologies that we need for putting humans on Mars within the next 15 or 20 years.
So this year is a very important anniversary year. It's 50 years since humans landed on the moon. So in the Science Museum we're very blessed not only to have a relatively recent Soyuz spacecraft, but we also, just behind me, we have a real Apollo spacecraft, Apollo 10, the command module that Tom Stafford, John Young and Gene Cernan flew around the moon in 1969, just 2 months before Neil and Buzz walked on the moon in Apollo 11. And people obviously are fascinated at looking at our home planet, but most of us can't do it. So we are interested in particularly the people, the astronauts, the cosmonauts, who go into space and can look down on Earth. So space it's something about who we are, what we are. You have to step out in order to try and understand humanity.